an affordable, balanced phono preamp. Now, who would want that? Maybe you. Hi, I'm Joe with Gramophone, and today we take a look at a really unique product, the Pro-Ject DS3 B balanced phono preamp. So before we start digging into the Phono Box DS3 B, let's talk for a moment about who is Pro-Ject. Pro-Ject was started in 1991 by Heinz Lichtenegger in Austria, and for 3 decades now, they've been manufacturing all kinds of audio components, and they've really earned a reputation for solid value. The products represent excellent value for money. So let's ask, why do you need a phono preamp at all? Well, the answer is that any turntable combination with cartridge from any vendor inherently has a signal level that's so low that it must be preamplified. You can take the standard output from a TV set, let's say, analog out, or from a disc player that will work in any aux, in any receiver or preamp. But the signal level here is so low that it has to be preamplified before the preamp can even work with it. So many receivers and so forth actually have a phono, and that's where you would plug in the turntable, unless you're using a separate phono preamp, and this is what we're going to talk about next. So now, the reason why you'd want a balanced phono preamp is it enables you to do a balanced system. The team at Pro-Ject was smart enough to figure out that if the benefit of balanced is that you're not going to introduce noise and hum, what a great way to do it if you match it with the turntable, which is of course the lowest level of all the components. They bet that there's a big benefit that you can hear pretty much in any good quality system by using a balanced phono preamp, and they're right. Good job, Team Pro-Ject. So to keep all of this simple, Pro-Ject has actually put together some packages with their X series of turntables to kind of keep the guesswork out of it, where you've got various phono cartridge combinations and so forth, so you can hit various price points that are a balanced system. So let's take a look at the front panel, starting with a simple power button over on the left. And you'll see a few seconds after you engage the power button that you get some nice blue lights here that let you know that the power is on. Moving over here to the right-hand side, you've got 3 switches that may look a little complex, but they're really simple. It is impedance, capacitance, and then gain. So don't worry about those. When you engage the switches, you can actually see, because the blue light moves, exactly where you're at. And all you do is you take the phono cartridge that you've selected. The manufacturer of the cartridge will give you the information, and you set it where the manufacturer suggests. It's also totally okay to play around with these a little bit. You've got a switch here for input, RCA or XLR. You also have a subsonic filter, which is really good for filtering out noise that is really going to be below the bass range anyway, but can muddy everything up, especially helpful in an apartment with a weak floor. And here you've got the ability, again, to change the capacitance of the phono cartridge. And again, you just kind of set it where the manufacturer is going to recommend you do so. So let's look at the connections, inputs, and outputs on the back panel of this Phono Box DS3 B. For starters, over here on the left, you've got a binding post for if you're using the RCA. By the way, the RCA and balanced can be used together in the sense that you can have 2 turntables. Both will be live if you wish, and you can switch back and forth between them on the front panel. So here we've got an RCA output and, of course, the XLR or balanced output, the balanced or XLR input for the right-hand side, and the corresponding RCA. In the middle, we've got the area where we're going to put the connection between the phono box and the turntable. Over on this side, we've got the left channel RCA and balanced input. And then here, the balanced and RCA output. Just above that, you've got 12-volt trigger, which is really helpful because you can pick up the remote, hit one button, And assuming each of your components has a 12-volt trigger, they all turn on sequentially. And you've got trigger input and output. And then over here, of course, our little socket for the power supply. Pro-Ject's Phono Box DS3 B is available either in black or silver, which is nice because it matches up with your equipment, whichever you have. And a couple of other things are worth mentioning. The first, this is an easy product to use. Buttons and rotary knob here. There are no dip switches, which can be kind of painful, frankly, to have to mess with. Second thing is, if you evaluate this as a Phono Preamp just with standard RCA connections at $799 retail, it matches up very well with other Phono Preamps that are in the general price range. So it's not a one-trick pony in the sense of it's just bragging about balanced. It stands up well against other standard RCA products. So this Phono Box works just fine in RCA mode, but the real benefit is when you're using it in the balanced mode. I think when you sit and listen, you'll be more than impressed by the increase first off in dynamic range, that distance between the quiet and the louder passages. Bass notes are going to sound better, tighter, more punchy. Mid-range and high-end information is going to sound clearer with better separation. We really want to give kudos to our friends at Pro-Ject for the fact that they have come up with such a forward-thinking way to advance your enjoyment of vinyl. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe and hit that little bell icon so that you'll be notified of all of our upcoming content. To learn more about Pro-Ject and all of our fine brands, visit Gramophone.com. Or to pick up your Phono Box, go to Sky by Gramophone, where you'll always get secure checkout, fast and free shipping, straight to your door. We'd love to be able to do a demo of these products for you, so please come visit us if you can. We're in Timonium, Columbia, and Gaithersburg, Maryland. Check out our Experience Center in Timonium, where you will see amazing products arranged beautifully. And check out our Kitchen Design Center in Hunt Valley for your next remodeling project. We hope you enjoyed this video. We look forward to seeing you soon. Thanks and take care.